The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
Okay, so when it comes to giving advice, the RV Wingman, my dad, is pretty good at it. I would know. He's been giving me advice for almost 30 years now, so some of his advice isn't what I want to hear, and I don't like a lot of it, but it does at least make me think. And his advice is never sugarcoated, I can tell you that. At least to me, it's not. But a lot of RVers are looking for some good advice, and they want to have an idea of what the Wingman thinks. So, Wingman, got an email from someone that wants your take. Let's see. It is Thomas from California. They want to know, why don't you do the Be a Better Camper videos anymore, and why you sold out to corporate America? Was it for the money? What do you have to say to Thomas?
Read that again real quick.
It says, why doesn't the Wingman do the Be a Better Camper videos anymore, and why did he sell out to corporate America? Was it for the money?
Okay, that was Thomas. Well, Thomas, thank you for your email. Appreciate it very much. The Be a Better Camper videos, I was doing these videos as a campground owner. My wife and I for 8 years owned a campground in Central Texas called Big Chief. We loved it, at least most of the time. But I started doing these videos because I saw campground behavior was changing, and not for the better. There were too many people that came in that didn't have they did leave their good manners at home. They didn't bring them to the campground. And the stress kind of got to me literally after 8 years. And the truth is, money did play a big part. That's the truth. You may not want to hear it. We had over 8 years made a lot of improvements to Big Chief, a lot. Were there others that we could do? Absolutely. The problem is that if I put, let's just say $20,000 into something, yeah, it'd be great, but I wouldn't receive $1 back. I mean, it's a capital improvement, but there's no money coming back. And I'm just a little guy. I can't afford to go in like a big giant corporation, pile all this money, pour all this money in. So we had done everything that we could and had maxed out pretty much everything. My wife and I both worked up there. We were there every single weekend. I mean, unless we were sick we were there almost every weekend, and we actually worked at the campground. I learned how to fix swimming pool pumps and do electricity and water wells and septic fields, and Lisa learned how to do stuff in the office. So it just got tiring. It got tiring after a while. And when somebody finally walked in and said, you think he'd want to sell this place? Somebody came in almost every week and asked, would he sell this place? And the answer was always no. And finally, somebody came in and asked, will he sell this place? And okay, he won't sell it. Will he at least think about it? I said, okay, I'll think about it. And so I thought about it. I thought, okay. And so they wrote a check, and that's the truth. I mean, the work campers that we had, they're not all bad, but they were not as good as they used to be 8 years ago. They wanted to work less. They wanted to make more. They didn't want any responsibility. A lot of the campers, as I say, they left their good manners at home. I was having to feel like a PE coach out on the playground in elementary school, blowing my whistle. Hey, yo, pick up the dog poop. Yo, quit cutting through sides. I didn't like doing that. I mean, I think that we ought to all have an understanding of what common basic campground etiquette is like. And if we don't, we ought to learn it pretty quick. But the money was right. The time was right. My age is right. My health is still pretty good. My wife and I would like to travel again if we can never get out of this COVID deal, get back to normal. I look at corporations that buy these campgrounds, and let me tell you that there's a lot of them. A lot of these mom and pop campgrounds like ours was. They're now corporately owned. And the good part of that is these corporations have got a lot of money, and they're throwing a lot of money into these campgrounds. The bad part about it, in my opinion, is the personal service is not there. I take things personally, very personally. My wife does the same. We wanted people to have a fabulous time, as good a time as they could possibly have at our campground. If we had to provide refunds, we didn't like to do it, but we bend the rules because we love people. We wanted them to come back. And that feeling that a mom and pop business can provide, corporations can't do that. Some corporations, I use the analogy of an orchard. A company could come in and buy the orchard. Well, the first thing and they want everything. They are only doing it for the money. Nothing personal, only for the money. First thing they do is they pick all the fruit till the trees can't poop it out anymore. And then what do? They cut the fruit trees down, use it for wood, smoking wood, apple wood, whatever. And then after they do that, what do? Man, we could develop this thing. We could turn it into a subdivision. And they just tear the whole thing down, but they make a lot of money. I'm not saying that is going to happen in the campground industry, but that is the way corporations, some of them, I believe, look at making money. And that's not the way that we did it. So I think that corporations have bought a lot of properties. I think that they have paid really handsomely for them. I don't know how good the future is going to be. I know a lot of people still want to RV, but with the economy the way it is, I have my doubts. I think the time was good. Hopefully, what was it? Thomas? Is that what it was, Miss Kay? Thomas wrote that email. Hopefully, I'm sorry, it's a long answer, kind of rambling, but it's the truth about why we sold our campground. So no longer do we have Be a Better Camper videos, but maybe we ought to change them to Be a Better Human Being video. Anyway, that includes being honest all the time. As always, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.